Hey, Kevin.
Oh,
Hey, how are you? You got a haircut.
good. Oh, yeah, another one. Getting along.
Nice.
Hey,
Looks good. Hey, Jill.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
That's good. What you been up to?
I just got back from a meeting with Kenny. Uh, so I met him at the Four Seasons Hotel downtown, and we had like an hour chat. And I met another Sandhill person who might be interested. So we'll see how that goes.
Cool. Four Seasons. Sounds
Yeah,
swanky.
it was a pretty swanky hotel. Me and my black eye. It's not black anymore, but it's still pretty swollen. It's
Oh, I
How'd you
can
get
I
black?
can barely I can barely see it.
all right.
Doesn't
It's
look that
good.
bad. Is it a bug bite or is it a sty?
No, it's a bug bite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend had a sty in that exact same location. He had to get it surgically removed.
Oh wow.
That sucks. Yeah.
What fun.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna take a needle to it later this evening
Oh,
and just go
jeez.
at it.
Oh no. Oh no. Don't do that.
Well, my eyelid's like a little balloon. Like it's not being very effective at being an eyelid, so I'm probably just gonna poke it and try to drain
Oh
my
my god.
eyelid out.
Don't drain your eyeball.
Is
I'll
that
drain my eye. There's all of this squishy clear liquid in my eye. I don't think I need it.
Get it out.
Yeah, get it out. Get it out of there.
I see like an avatar. I see like the planet Saturn. Does anybody else see that? Who is that?
Planets. Oh wow, that's
Martin.
Martin.
Oh, is
Oh,
that
that
Martin?
Oh wow.
How do Wait, how do
Oh,
we
wait.
know it's
And
Martin?
we've got the dynamic Rick cam of mystery.
Yeah.
What is that on?
The best is when like he's not on camera at all and you just hear Rick's voice.
But how is it so orange? I don't get that. Does he like apply a filter or is that just his house?
I think he did that. Wait, first of all, Rick, are you there? Can you hear us?
Here.
Oh.
Yeah, okay,
Can you
good. Yes.
I think it was to help him sleep. I don't know.
It just so happens that the light creates that kind of ambiance.
Ambiance.
Hey Martin. Hey. Can we hear you? I don't think we can hear you. Nope. You're muted.
Well, nice to meet you, Martin.
Martine.
Martine. A new face.
Yeah, so Martin
Mark
is
is very mysterious. I've never seen or heard him before in my life.
Yeah, I've never seen or heard of him either.
so Martin he's Nighthawk Canada for you guys that don't know. He's been with us basically since the beginning.
Yes, our longest. I think he's our longest.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
everyone.
Welcome.
Nighthawk
Howdy.
arrives.
Good to finally see you.
Yeah, good to speak to you finally.
The
Yeah.
night.
How's it been going?
It's good. School, busy. Grade 12, so I'm moving on to university next year.
You're
Yeah.
Canadian?
Yeah, British Columbia.
My favorite thing is how you guys call it the grade 12 instead of 12th grade. It's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Cool. All right. All right. Well, shall we get started? Let's see. So what I've been doing, you guys probably saw the reskin. Did that. That included changing the README IO and also the WordPress page. And Kevin helped me change a lot of the WordPress page. So thanks, Kevin. Let's see. Fixed a couple bugs. When you tried to create a robot from the user profile page, it gave a unauthorized error. Fixed that. What was the other one that Jill saw today? There was if you have custom panels turned on but you don't have anything in the custom panels code, then it shows no video, which actually isn't exactly a bug, but it is bad UX or user experience. It's not a bug because you're saying you want custom panels and you're saying there should be nothing in there. That's what you're explicitly writing. So that's why it's not showing anything. But it is bad UX. I don't think anybody would ever want to do that purposefully. So I patched that anyway. And then I unreduxed the movement commands, which is actually pretty big because it was saving every click of the movement commands, or every press down of the movement command keys into the Redux history. So now it doesn't do that anymore. And then I worked with Rick and Benny on aggregating the commands, the robot commands. So we would sum up the left commands and the right commands, and also sum up the back commands and the forward commands, and see which one's bigger, and only send the bigger one to the robot. So it would either move left or right, or forward and backward. And I'm still working on that. Actually, so for that, let's see, there was something I wanted to ask Rick. Oh yeah, so you mentioned in a comment. Oh, hey Jose. So Rick, you had mentioned in a comment that you shouldn't use a database or Redis. It can just be in a process. And I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
And if we want the web server to be, load balanceable, then maybe this process should be its own process, separate from the web server. Or the simplest approach is just to throw it in the web server and not have to deal with sending messages across processes and things like that. What were you thinking?
I mean, I think that deserves some. I'd want to think about it for a minute, but yeah, it could. It certainly could be a separate process. That was it makes sense. Let's think about it somewhat carefully. I don't want to decide on the spot. Basically, the general gist of it is each those messages, like when you consider all the different messages we have chat messages, we have audio, we have video, we have control. Some of them go the control especially goes two different directions, and they all kind of end up load balancing a little bit differently. So there's no silver bullet load balancing solution. We have to kind of consider each thing separately. Make it load balance correctly. But anyways, let's come back to it after the meeting.
Okay, sure. I can talk to you about that separately.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kevin, you want to go next?
I had 4 Twitch streamers to the broadcast candidate list. I emailed 5, one additional one that was already on the list. I replied and forwarded an email from Ninja Puka, who was interested. Forwarded them to Jill.
Thank you.
Jill. I removed some remnants of RunMyRobot from the WordPress site. Then I reorganized the front page of the WordPress site. That's pretty much all I've done. I continue looking for candidates and contacting them, then messing with the WordPress site as well.
Cool. Yeah, and on the so I tried to, or I messaged the Twitch subreddit moderators, asking them if I can post, quote unquote ad of soliciting for streamers, and I asked them because in the Twitch subreddit rules it says, before you post anything that's similar to an ad, ask the moderators first. So I just figured I'd take the safe route. But they haven't messaged me back, so I'm thinking I'll just post there.
I haven't had very good luck contacting people directly from Twitch. It's all been from emails, pretty much.
They're very good at deleting those Twitch posts.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't read through the thousands they probably get.
No, I meant on Reddit. That's the only place I've tried to post about Let's Robot before is in the Twitch Reddit, and they're very quick at deleting posts.
I think there's lots of auto moderators that if you don't conform to really strict rules, it'll just automatically just kick it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully they'll respond. They haven't responded in the last
best way
day.
to do it is to somehow post something that is interesting so that it gets upvoted before it gets downvoted.
Yeah.
No, I even had that. Like a lot of my Twitch contacts I met from Twitch posts that lasted for about 2 or 3 minutes before they got removed. Like that's how I got into contact with people that actually worked at Twitch. I don't know. We'll try it anyway. I'm just saying, it's interesting how that works.
Yeah.
I've made like hundreds of posts on Reddit. I mean, not in that channel.
Yeah.
But I've made probably like 100 posts on Reddit. So I got a pretty good idea of what they do, but it's harder in the ones that are popular. Like in the popular channels, yeah, you're way more likely to get just wiped out.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah?
Have you thought about not going to college and joining Let's Robot?
Maybe now. I can't. I have to go to university.
You sure?
My parents want me to go to university.
Screw your parents.
I mean, as long as they're paying for it.
But yeah,
All right.
maybe,
Well-
maybe after university, you know,
Education's
maybe I can
important.
come work in California for you guys.
I mean, regardless of whether you choose RunMyRobot or not, education system's a complete scam. I'm just letting you know. Get a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It'll change your life.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really also. I mean, I also think it's a scam. It's not like what it used to be. Like now, it's just a business. I mean, now it's like the new high school diploma. Like everybody gets into college. So I don't know. That sort of dilutes the meaning of it.
Yeah, there's like international students here, and they have to pay like $50,000 per year for tuition instead of like $20,000 for
Wow.
national students, and they are just accepting the international students over the national citizens.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Just because they make more
it's a
money.
business.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any updates that you want to give?
I haven't been working on too much because of school, but I've just been editing down those that one video from December with Jenny. I don't know if that's going to turn out into anything where Jenny, the robot, got like mangled, destroyed by the other robots. But I'm also recorded Jill's bots with the playing the piano, so I want to cut that down.
Oh, nice.
Into a little clip. Yeah.
Cool.
That's about it.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for helping with the video editing.
No problem.
It's yeah. I mean, it's really important. It helps us a lot to keep our channel active. All right. So who usually goes next? I think it's Jose, right?
Usually it's Kevin, but wait, did he just go?
He already went.
I'll go next. So, I haven't done very much because I've been kind of settling back into San Diego for good. But I did set up everything I needed to do, all my tools press here, and I did contact Natural Nerd, the YouTube channel that inspired my idea with acrylic and LEDs. So I'm just waiting reply from them, and I guess what I will be working for is just going to be finishing the vacuum bot, which is here. The wheels were too high, so I gotta lower it and just putting online with a tutor and then to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's Trashly? I mean, how far along is Trashly?
That's an awesome name.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
So Trashly's pretty good. So it's done. I got everything good, but like the wheel is a little too high, so I gotta lower this bracket a little bit further down. And it's really hard to drill, so I'm glad to be here with my drill press. Yeah, that's certainly going to be a good investment.
Yeah, I'm glad we're getting a variety of different devices on our platform. That's sort of what I was trying to communicate earlier. But we have, Jill's arm, Bot Ross, which I got to play with a little bit.
I didn't have a chance to see it online, but that's great.
It was usable this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
And we got your Trashly. which if you guys don't know, it's like a vacuum, or it's like a sweeper thing, so people can actually pick up, like, help clean Jose's floor.
You can crowdsource your chores.
Huh?
You can crowdsource your chores.
Exactly.
And then we got Theo Blaster, which Jose helped me set up into whatever the wooden thing that holds it up, and so I just need to connect the or get the stepper motors to work. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cool that it's not just robots. That's what really I'm hoping for, is like to have all kinds of devices that, things that we haven't even imagined. Anyway, Benny?
So I've mostly been working on just the propeller code, so the propeller board activity bot stuff. And I was kind of like looking into, because apparently it has 8 cores, and you can use each of them like to run basically independent function. And so I kind of refactored the existing code. So like one's handling kind of the motor controls, one's doing like the LEDs, and then there's like the main one that's just parsing basically serial input. And I kind of wrote like a thing so you can control, you can like kind of see the eyes. So this is running not off the Pi anymore, it's running off the that board. And so I kind of wrote the same kind of code we had before, where you can individually address eyes on it. And yeah, that was about what I worked on mostly. And I also kind of wrote a little bit of logic for like the timeout with the key press up and the key press down. So sometime we can work on getting that working more on the test site or whatever it is.
Okay, cool. I was just thinking, so the timeout should be on the client side, not the server side?
Well, because it's like, I mean, it could be both, but like obviously you want a timeout regardless, like in case it, like, I don't know, for some reason if the Pi like crashes and stops sending any information to it, you don't want the robot to infinitely go forward.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right, Rick.
Bought a new camera for Parallaxy. Let's see if that helps. Checked the Wi-Fi router that Jill mentioned. It works. That means we have a we have a way to stick this piece of hardware on a robot and make it relatively easy to set up. So the setup process is, you turn it on, it becomes an access point. You take a laptop, connect to the access point, you visit like 192, like 168 dot something, which gets you into the router, and then you tell the router software through the web interface connect to a particular real network that's up, Wi-Fi network, and then you're in. So we have something for that, which is good. Or let's see, worked with Jill, and we hit that bug that turned out to be at the UI level. I noticed that SynVideo has a bug that's not really, it's actually making it work better, because when it crashes, it just keeps running FFmpeg rather than restarting it, which is actually what we wanted it to do anyways. But there is a bug in there that should be corrected.
Wait, so about that bug, I think it's something that I also noticed like a couple days ago. Is it to do with like is not none being, or like somewhere it says is not none when it should be is none? Is that what you noticed?
I mean, there could be multiple bugs because of the way FFmpeg takes over the terminal and makes it not display things when it crashes. It's actually hard to tell that it crashed or why. I know there's at least one bug where we reference a key that doesn't exist, which would be enough to, well, we got
I've
like
seen
one
that,
camel
yeah.
case and one
You mean-
underscore, so that's enough to make it crash. but when it crashes, it just looks like it's running. So we never really noticed it before.
You mean so the key is process, right? When it should be video process.
Yeah. It's like video. It's like video process camel case, and it should be like underscore or the opposite,
Well,
something like that.
it's named process instead of video process. So we didn't change that when we refactored it to be video processes and audio processes.
Okay, could be that. I actually saw a slightly different one where like one thing was camel case and one was underscore.
Okay.
But there could be multiple errors. The point is we wouldn't know because we haven't really been checking.
Well, we should know because the red dot would go away if the Python script crashed.
Yeah, but I think that what's happening is it's again we'll have to verify this. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's being reinitialized over and over by the repeat script, and it's managing to get that heartbeat signal out just by running the program once and then crashing over and over, while simultaneously the ffmpeg is just running like rogue.
I see. Okay.
It's a theory, anyways. I also I bought a GoPy Go. It just came in. It's an interesting Raspberry Pi based hobbyist robot that should actually work as a thing that we can connect to the network. They already have the instructions and the audience and a bunch of people buying it. That's it for my update.
You know what you should do with Rick Cam? You should put it behind your chair, and like so that you look like one of those mob bosses, where we can't see you but we just hear your voice in this orange room. And you should start smoking cigars too. And start petting and buy a cat so you can pet a cat.
Pet a robot.
Or pet a robot.
It's Cookie the robot cat.
All right, Jill.
Yeah. So I just got back from meeting with Kenny. He's one of our potential investors. Seems like he's still on board, and he gave me a pretty positive impression overall. But I still have to talk to Niels, or Niels still has to feel stuff out and see how stuff went. So we're still waiting on that. I know a lot of paperwork and documentation stuff for investor engagement, so a lot of adoption strategy, monetization, differentiation, that kind of stuff. Rick and Theo, you're shared on the docs, so you can take a look at those at any time. Scanned a bunch of stuff for the lawyer, and I worked on Bot Ross because I had to work on a robot. I'm sorry, and so that got that running, and then I dragged Rick, Theo, and Vinny all into it at some point. But we'll get there. We'll get it done.
So what was this throttling that you guys saw? I still don't understand. Like, because we're not doing any. I mean, we may have some something in there to stop people from spamming, but it wouldn't introduce like a 10-second latency.
Well, it's not a 10-second latency. It's like, but it's a very, it spaces out the input at a very regular interval, and that interval is like a second. And a second doesn't sound like a lot, except the robot only moves 2 degrees per input. So, it moves fine until there's a certain amount of input, and then it starts doing that, like, it waits between each input by at least, like, a notable second. And I tried to break it through the serial connection on my serial monitor, and it doesn't break. And, I worked with Benny to simplify the code on the robot just to rule anything else out, and nothing seemed funny there. And then we looked up the controller.py, and so when you get a lot of input and see the site like outputting all of those controls, it's like, Jill said do this, Jill said do that. When I looked at what the output of controller.py was, it wasn't going at the same rate. It was actually doing it really steady, like 1 every second. So at first it was doing it quickly, and then it suddenly slowed down and did it at a regular rate.
Rick, you have any idea what could be causing that?
Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense yet. We'll have to look into it. There's
It seems like we have to like just spam like clicking it like upwards of like 5 or 6 times every second in order to actually like get it to break, at least in order to get it to break fast.
so we've had a user that had needed like that low latency feedback, which was Bonk, and I kind of removed all the filters off of the channel for him, and it was working for him. And then we kind of removed all throttling whatsoever a few days ago, which is kind of extreme. But there shouldn't really be any throttling going on server side.
Well, it could be in the Python code
But
as well.
you're right, it could be the Python code. There's stuff in the Python code to stop you from doing nasty things to the regular robot, which has timed interval-like responses, which might be messing things up.
Yeah, that might be part of the issue then. Anyway, yeah, we can take a look at it like after the stand-up if you want, or later at some point.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
Okay, well, so we decided. So Jill, Rick, and we decided the Saturday stand-up will be a stand-up that's not private stand-up between Rick, Jill, and I, so that we can talk about things that should not be live streamed. So there is no more Saturday stand-up for you guys, except for just Jill, Rick, and I. Just yeah. If you guys want another one, I don't know if you guys do. We can always, set up a different one on a different day. But yeah, that's there's
Are you
that.
sure it's the Saturday one that we want to do? Because we don't get a lot of space in between. So it's like we have Tuesday, Thursday. There's hardly any time between there. Yeah, we might want to think about that schedule a little bit.
Maybe the Thursday one then. I mean, it's just like less people join the Saturday stand-up anyway.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a weekend.
But yeah, up to you.
Yeah, let's just leave it as the Saturday stand-up. So the Saturday stand-up is no more.
Okay.
All right. And so Jill, are we still going to the Homebrew Robotics Club thing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I have to go to work tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get clear across town after work.
Yeah.
To go to the Homebrew Robotics Club.
Okay.
I would like to attend as a robot.
You would like to attend as a robot. Nice. Why don't we well, it happens every month, so why don't we just go to the one next month and we'll actually have a plan around it, and I'll talk to the guys there and we'll set up a presentation, and then we can sort of solicit people to add their robots.
Okay.
How does that sound? Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess Jill, Rick, do you guys want to? We can take a look at the Python code, or I can help you take a look at that Python code right after this. But thanks everybody for joining. We are making good progress.
Yay.
Slow and steady.
3, 4.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh shit.
Hola.
Hey. Let me add Rick.
I can see your screen.